So today we are going to be drinking a wine I've been wanting to try for the longest time, and I'm so upset I'm just now getting around to trying it, and I just don't feel right about it. The wine is a black-owned brand, and it's also a woman-owned brand. So I'm super excited, and I'm just going to jump right into it because, one, I need a drink. Today's wine is going to be the McBride Sisters Collection. It's going to be the McBride Sisters, and also their very famous collection, Black Girl Magic. We're going to be trying their Sauvignon Blanc from the McBride Sisters Collection. We're also going to be trying the McBride Sisters Collection Black Girl Magic Red Blend, which is a red blend of wine, obviously. And then we're also going to try their Rosé. And we're actually going to try it from white to red. So white is going to be the lightest body, the Rosé is going to be medium bodied, and the red is going to be obviously the fullest body. And just a quick tip, whenever you try wine, you definitely want to go the lightest body to the fullest body, so that way it complements each other's palates, especially when you're trying so many different types of wine. And today, obviously, we're trying 3. Quick note, my baby is here in the background, and no, I am not going to apologize if she makes noise, because guess what? Babies make noises. Maybe she'll do a cameo in a few minutes when she gets rowdy. So let's get started. The first wine is going to be the McBride Sisters Collection. This is going to be their Sauvignon Blanc. It's out of Marlborough. So what I know about the McBride Sisters is I believe they are 2 sisters. So I think one lives in California, one lives in New Zealand. And I'm super excited that one of their wines is Sauvignon Blanc. Sauvignon Blancs from New Zealand tend to have a lot of grassy notes, a lot of grapefruit, a lot of citrus. They're great white wines, especially for the summer. And also very bright as well. So super easy to go down. They are on the dry side, so I am going to expect this wine to be drier. I'm not going to expect any residual sugar in this wine. This is going to be dry. It's going to be a white wine. I'm expecting some grassiness. I'm expecting some grapefruit. And I love that these sisters are doing it from New Zealand, because if you don't know, New Zealand is doing some of the best white wines, specifically Sauvignon Blanc, in the world right now. Okay. Let's see what it smells like. It's always so hard to smell properly with glasses because you gotta like, it's grassy. A lot of grapefruit, classic grapefruit flavors, citrus, lime zest, grapefruit zest. A little minerality, right? So a little bit of like some clean ocean minerals, a little bit of sea salt almost, very little. Fresh fern bush. Let's taste it. First thoughts, it's bright, high acid, definitely more citrusy than it is herbal on the palate. A lot more lemon zest, lime zest. I also get a little bit of a high acid. It's definitely on a medium plus high acid side, meaning the sides of my mouth are just watering. I do wish it was a little colder, meaning I wish I would have chilled the wine before I actually drank it, because sometimes when wine is too hot, especially white wine, it can come off as higher alcohol than what it is. And when wine is cold, preferably white wine, when white wine is colder, you can get more of the acidity, you can get more of the other notes in the wine. When it's warm, it can kind of feel like it's too much alcohol. So the wine itself is very on par for what I would expect for a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. I think the complexity is medium, meaning I think you get a good amount of fruit and a good amount of herbs and earth. The acid is pretty good. I do wish it had a little bit more acid. Once again, I think that's because the wine is lukewarm. I wish I would have put a little bit of ice to it to help bring out the acid more and dilute the alcohol. but I think it's a very good representation of what a typical New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc is. I am going to give this wine a B. I'm going to give this wine a B. So that was a Sauvignon Blanc. Let's move on to the next wine, which is the Black Girl Magic Rosé. I'm a rosé girl. I know it's so cliche because, you know, rosé, you know, it's such an oversaturated market right now. But listen, rosé in the spring is what it's all about, right? It's like the perfect middle ground for those who aren't crazy about white wines and those who aren't crazy about red wines. Rosé is a huge thing in my area. You know, it's definitely rosé all day. So what I don't like about these wines is it doesn't tell you what grapes are on the back. You know, for someone who actually cares about wine and actually wants to know, you know, a little bit about wine or about the wine I'm drinking, I would have preferred to know what grapes were here in this wine. If I can guess, it's a California wine. If I can guess, it's probably, you know, maybe some Malbec, Merlot, and maybe like a Chardonnay kind of a thing. But I have no clue. The wine itself is a California wine. It's a 2020 vintage. And yeah, that's all the information I have. Like I said, I would have wanted to know more. I actually do care about what's in the wine, but such is life. So let's give it a swirl. And why do we swirl wine? Why do we swirl wine? You want to break the surface tension of the wine to help release the aromatics. When the wine's kind of been sitting in the bottle and just kind of been stagnant, it really limits what's on the nose and what's on the palate. So you swirl it to break the surface tension and really kind of release those aromatics and the flavor profile. Let's start with the smell. Baby is getting fussy. Pray for me. The first thing I smell is alcohol, meaning it has that kind of, you guys know like nail polish remover, acetone? Is that what it's called? Acetone? It has that kind of nail polish remover kind of nose to it. But I get a lot of strawberries. Whew. Some watermelon, fresh watermelon. Almost like a candy, like a watermelon candy. Strawberry. I wonder if it smells like it's gonna have like sugar or residual sugar. It smells like it's gonna be a little sweet. Let's taste it. Strawberry, watermelon, Meyer lemon. Has a little bit of a herbal earthiness that it ends with, which is good. That means it's not too sweet. That means it does have a bit of residual sugar, so it's not gonna be 100% dry. It's definitely more fruit forward, but it ends on a nice earthy note. It's more floral when it ends, more pink flowers, more red flowers, purple flowers. Some of an herbal finish. Has a little citrus, a little bit of citrus is coming out. Think lemon or a very ripe strawberry. The acid is good. Has a good amount of acid. I would say medium acid. It's actually quite balanced for what I was expecting. I was expecting it to be a little bit more residual sugar and a little bit less dry. Dry meaning, you know, and of course dry means it's not sweet. So I was expecting a little bit more residual sugar and expecting it to be a little bit more sweet, but it's actually pretty balanced. You know, it has a good amount of alcohol, it has a good amount of fruit forwardness. I do think it could use a little bit more acid. I think it does kind of fall flat a little bit. The finish was a little bit shorter than I would like, meaning it's not really sticking around on my tongue. But I tell you what is sticking around, that alcohol. I'm feeling it here in my chest. What's the alcohol percentage on this? 13%? That's definitely more. I think this is another wine that could use a little bit of chilling. I think the colder it is, the more balanced it's going to taste. And yeah, so I definitely like this wine. I am going to give it On a scale of A through F, I am going to give it a C. Damn, I felt bad saying that. Black Girl Magic. Yeah, I'll give it a C. It's still a good wine. I would definitely enjoy it. I would drink this over other brands, brands any day. I think it is better quality than most of your middle of the run grocery store white Zinfandels or rosé. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's definitely worth your money. This is what I would go for. I don't even know how much it costs. Damn. Definitely better than what you would probably spend on the other stuff, the cheaper stuff. Definitely worth it. Okay, judging from the color, it's giving ruby. It's giving a nice ruby color with a magenta rim. This one I'm actually going to call the appearance on it because, yeah, my glass is colored, but of course red wine has more pigment than white or rosé, so I feel more confident calling the appearance. Yeah, a ruby color with a magenta rim. Nice legs, meaning a nice tears. I don't see any staining. I don't see any staining at all of the wine, which is good. Ooh, this smells good. Black berries, black cherry, black currants, a little blueberry, and also like some leathery notes, leather. There's definitely Cabernet in here. A little bit of some vegetal notes as well that could be indicative of Malbec or more cab. I think green peppers, like bell peppers, red plums, black plums. Definitely some of that, some earthiness. Definitely some soil, like kind of like a nice fresh soil. The alcohol is out there, so that's why I'm kind of swirling it to kind of release all that gas that could be coming off as alcohol that's in the wine. Smells better. Ooh. That helps. And when you put your hand over the top of the wine, all it does is just helps the nose of the wine appear stronger than what it is. Leather, vegetal again. The palette very much so matches the nose, which is good, which I typically enjoy. This is giving black plums, red plums, black currants, purple plum, cassis. Definitely has a cassis kind of thing going on. Medium acid, and because it's Cabernet, I'm not expecting a lot of acid at all. Red blend is definitely something you want to have at night, you know, whether you want to pair it with food, maybe a steak, or just kind of chill and just after a long day. So if I could choose a favorite, which one would it be? The Sauvignon Blanc is definitely going to be my favorite. I think the wine is a great representation of what it should be. I think that they did a very good job sourcing the grapes from New Zealand, specifically the Marlborough region. I cannot wait to get this on some ice. It's a little cold right now. I'm going to stick to the red blend for now. I can't wait to get this on some ice and enjoy it for patio season. And yes, I am loving this Black Girl Magic. It is giving what it is supposed to give. I am so excited to see Black winemakers and Black women and just women in general making headway in an industry that has been gatekept for so long. And I am going to enjoy these wines. I definitely think it's worth the value. I definitely think it's worth the money that I've paid for it. You can get way worse wine at the same price point, and we're not doing that. Guys, thank you for joining my channel. I hope you guys got what you needed. I hope you guys loved the reviews that we gave. That being said, I'm going to finish drinking my Black Girl Magic, taking care of my Black girl, and cheers to you all.